Thursday, 3rd of September 2015. You are listening to the paper headlines on AthavanEnglish.com, read by Fatima Sharika. First, let's look at the paper headlines from Daily Mirror. SLFP needs drastic reforms. President Machpelah said yesterday that the SLFP had to be drastically reformed to make it the strongest political party in the country and win future elections, whether they be the general elections or the presidential elections. Addressing the 64th annual convention of the SLFP at the Navodaya Sports Grounds, Polonnaruwa, he said a change of political policies or party reforms were not something unexpected or unbelievable in a democratic country. Another headline from Daily Mirror. Cabinet size increase. Debate today. Swearing in of cabinet tomorrow. A resolution calling for the enlargement of the cabinet in the proposed national unity government will be debated in Parliament today, it's learned. Another headline from Daily Mirror. Pedi storm at Machpelah. A chaotic situation arose at the Machpelah Mahinda Rajapaksa International Airport when the employees of the airport and residents of the area tried to block trucks with loads of Pedi entering the premises of the stores complex of the airport yesterday, sources said. Airport employees said the facility could be damaged if Pedi were to be stored at the store complex of the international airport. They said the license of the airport could be cancelled if the standards of the airport deteriorated because of it. More headlines from Daily Mirror. Ranil orders probe on leopards. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe had ordered the Wildlife Director General H.D. Ratnayake to carry out an investigation on the recent killing of a leopards at the Yala National Park after being knocked by a vehicle. Another headline from Daily Mirror. Kiriyalla, new government flexible. The new government would be flexible when dealing with the alleged human rights violations during the war and would not hesitate to admit if it had done any wrong, Leader of the House Lakshman Kiriyalla said yesterday. Another headline from Daily Mirror. SCLO's Tiran petition. The Supreme Court yesterday granted leave to proceed with the fundamental rights petition filed by Parliamentarian and businessman Tiran Ellis yesterday. Another headline from Daily Mirror. Sambandhan as opposition leader. Tamil National Alliance leader R. Sambandhan is to be the opposition leader of the 8th Parliament according to an understanding between the government and the party, Daily Mirror learns. Another headline from Daily Mirror. GI case against Kehelia on November 13th. The corruption case against former Minister Kehelia Rambokwella and 2 others for allegedly causing an unlawful loss to the government was yesterday fixed for trial on November 13th by Colombo Chief Magistrate. More headlines from Daily Mirror. Ranil to go to India. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe is scheduled to visit India soon, sources said yesterday. That's on Daily Mirror. Now let's move on to the paper headlines from Ceylon today. Supreme Court unanimously rules no justifiable reason to arrest Tiran. SC rejects police plea to arrest. FR petition granted leave to proceed. You can read the full story on page A2. Continued with more local stories from Ceylon today. Ranil to visit India shortly. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe is scheduled to undertake his first state visit to India as the newly sworn-in Premier of Sri Lanka's 8th Parliament. But the dates for the visit are pending finalization. The Prime Minister's Media Secretary Saman Athavan said diplomatic relations between Sri Lanka and India hit low levels during the tenures of the Rajapaksa governments. Another headline from Ceylon today. Welcomer for opposition leader. No response yet from MS. No response has been received as yet to the letter handed over to President Machpelah Sirisena's official residence on 1st September, containing 55 signatures of parliamentarians of the United People's Freedom Alliance, requesting that Kumara Welgamer be appointed as the opposition leader. More headlines from Ceylon today. None can divide SLFP under Maitri, Duminda. SLFP General Secretary Duminda Disanayake addressing the party's 64th anniversary celebrations at the Kaduruvela Rajaratna Navodaya Esplanade yesterday slammed those who attempted to divide the SLFP in recent times by employing divisive political tactics. Another headline from Ceylon today. New cabinet to be sworn in tomorrow. The cabinet of ministers of Sri Lanka's 8th Parliament is set to be sworn in on 4th September after approval is received and ratified in Parliament today relating to the number of ministers to be appointed, House Leader Lakshman Kiriyalla said. He added the number of ministers to be appointed from the United National Party has already been decided on. More headlines from from Ceylon today. Police intervened in Machpelah fracas. Pedi stocks unloaded in cargo buildings. A protest was carried out yesterday at the Machpelah airport when government vehicles attempted to store Pedi in the cargo building of the airport. More headlines from Ceylon today. Machpelah granary angers Namal. Hambantota district MP Namal Rajapaksa condemned plans to use the Machpelah Rajapaksa International Airport as a granary for Pedi storage. MRIA employees and people of the area protested against Pedi storage at MRIA yesterday. Now let's move on to the paper headlines from Daily News. SLFP needs radical transformation. President Machpelah stressed that the Sri Lanka Freedom Party should be subjected to radical transformation aiming at winning the next elections. This is the right time for implementing the necessary and timely changes for the SLFP, the President said. The SLFP should be subjected to a complete and accurate transformation to create a disciplined and people-friendly party, which will be embraced by all segments of the people, the President noted. The President was addressing the massive crowds at the 64th anniversary of the SLFP yesterday in Polonnaruwa. More headlines from Daily News. Dates for Ranil's India visit to be finalized. India and Sri Lanka are working to fix dates for Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe to make New Delhi his first foreign port of call this month itself. Sources told Express that there had been the change of dates for Wickremesinghe's visit. It could take place within the next 2 or 3 weeks, said a senior diplomat. Another headline from Daily News. Chandrika to meet Modi in Delhi. Former President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga, who played a key role in engineering the electoral defeat of former Lankan President Mahinda Rajapaksa, is to meet Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the sidelines of an international Hindu-Buddhist conference to be held in New Delhi from September 3rd and 5th. More headlines from Daily News. Resistance to Pedi storage at Machpelah. PMB eventually prevails. Organized political act. PMB chairman. A group of residents at a section of the employees at the Machpelah Mahinda Rajapaksa International Airport yesterday staged a protest against the government's move to store Pedi in a warehouse of the airport. They blocked the road leading to the airport as the first lorry carrying Pedi stocks to be stored in the warehouse reached the airport premises. However, the first lorry entered the airport premises amidst the obstacles. The protesters and a section of employees blocked 2 more lorries of Pedi that were to enter the airport premises. They said that they don't want a warehouse but an international airport. Meanwhile, Hambantota district Parliamentarian Namal Rajapaksa in a Twitter message condemned the government's decision to utilize a warehouse of the Machpelah airport for the storage of Pedi. He was of the view that there are more storage facilities to be used for storing Pedi other than a warehouse of the MRIA. Another headline from Daily News. Oaths taking tomorrow. The new cabinet of ministers of the National Unity Government will take oaths on September 4th after the formation of the national government and the increased number of ministers are approved by Parliament on September 3rd, said the newly appointed Deputy Speaker Tilanga Sumathipala. Another headline from Daily News. PM visits Bribery Commission. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe visited the commission to investigate allegations of bribery and corruption last evening for a brief observation visit. The Prime Minister visited the Bribery Commission premises amidst speculations that strong measures will be taken to empower the commission under the National Unity Government. Another headline from Daily News. National List appointments. DEW files FR. Communist Party General Secretary DEW Gunasekara filed a fundamental rights petition with the Supreme Court yesterday against National List appointments gazetted by the Elections Commissioner. He said 11 defeated candidates had been appointed as National List MPs after the election and it amounted to a violation of fundamental rights. Gunasekara in his fundamental rights petition urged the Supreme Court to squash all such appointments. More headlines from Daily News. SC prevents arrest of Ellis. The Supreme Court yesterday issued an order preventing the arrest of former Reconstruction and Development Agency Chairman Tyrone Ellis until the final determination of the fundamental rights application filed by him. Another headline from Daily News. No dispute regarding portfolios. Duminda. Sri Lanka Freedom Party General Secretary Duminda Dissanayake said that the UNP and SLFP have reached a common understanding regarding the forming of a new National Unity Government. The new National Unity Government will be formed jointly with the UNP in accordance with the MOU signed between the two parties. He said that there was no dispute between the two parties regarding portfolios of the new national government. Another headline from Daily News. President turns 64. President Machpelah will mark his 64th birthday today. He was born on September 3rd, 1951 in the Western Province and grew up in Polonnaruwa in the North Central Province. Buddhist, Hindu, Muslim and Christian religious ceremonies were held yesterday in in the NCP to invoking blessings on the president. A Jayapirit Deshanaya was held at the Gal Viharaya close to the Rankot Viharaya, which commenced on the night of September 1st with the offering of kapruk and milk at the Somavati Chetiya yesterday morning as part of the religious ceremonies. And that concludes the news highlights from today's newspapers. Thank you for listening to the paper headlines on AthavanEnglish.com. Have a pleasant day.